Hey gamers, so we're back in the mines. Um, okay, it's just part 2 of chapter 3. I don't even know if I cut it correctly, but if this is indeed the half, but it was already 56 minutes long. It's so long. Detective, are you alright? Detective? Stop calling me detective! You don't even know who I am! You saw it too. That cyborg we just saw. She looked exactly like me. I don't even know who you are, Zalmona. I don't remember anything at all. I thought coming here would find me the answers I wanted, but now I just feel completely lost. I could be someone who doesn't even exist. Just one of just one of a million other identical cyborgs. Chico was right all along. I shouldn't even be here to begin with. Even with my sudden breakdown, Zamora didn't show 1 ounce of anger with me. After a moment of silence, she started to speak. My throat. You feel that the truth you seek is meaningless now, don't you? You've lost all hope because you are worried that you are merely a replica. But you shouldn't let your past define you. You're right. There's no way to be certain if you are or aren't the detective I met. But whoever each one of us is up to us. The moment you open your eyes, you are who you are, not anyone else. So what if there's someone else somewhere in the world who looks exactly like you? It's each of our own unique experiences that make up who we are, isn't it? At this moment, only you and I are standing here. This experience belongs to just us, no one else. What motivates each of us to go on with our lives is the countless exciting possibilities that lie in store. And in the near future, you're bound to meet new people and make new friends. And maybe they will become your new family. The people who are willing to sacrifice their lives for you. Please tell me Drenora gets a family in the ending. Technically, Draco's sacrificing his life for her right now, so yeah. But also that line was really cute. I really liked it. When I read it the first time, I was like, my heart. Someone I love you. Can you become my family? People who would sacrifice their lives for me? Why did you sound wrong? Zamona's words were somehow very reassuring. It was very different from how I had imagined her to be. I never thought that I would hear such words from you. Ha! Probably something I picked up during my previous profession. She was probably a therapist at Kruger Corp, I'm calling it. Huh? Don't worry too much about it. It's irrelevant now. Anyway, thanks a lot for your help. You have no idea how important this device is to me. Zalmona, why do you need the cyborg's memory core? It's a long story. You've said you've lost all your memories. But seeing that you find your way into Myers, I think it's safe to assume that you've heard the urban legends about the G4 district? G4 district's urban legend? You mean the infamous G4 cyborg incident? Close, but I'm thinking particularly about the end of that legend. It should sound something like this. To this day, people still mysteriously vanish in the G4 district. Rumor says that the spirits of the victims from the experiment are still wandering the streets, taking the lives of those unfortunate enough to cross paths with them. Ah, I remember. Right. And you don't need me to tell you that ghosts don't exist. I have, um, traumatic flashbacks to that one hallway in front of the G4. With the one that repeats over and over. And you're not supposed to run into ghosts. Yeah. These recent disappearances in the G4 district are the deliberate work of a certain someone as well. Are you suggesting that Myers Corporation is behind these recent disappearances as well? That Myers Corporation, the Myers Corporation that is continuing operations covertly? Yeah, something like that. But here's the thing. A lot of details about these cases are different from the original G4 Cyborg incident. In the G4 Cyborg incident, Myers Corporation turned their own employees into cyborgs and kidnapped ordinary citizens to use as cattle feed. But most of the people who go missing nowadays aren't ordinary citizens. It's people who either had a history with Myers or who were former employees of Myers. Did Myers Corporation turn them into cyborgs as well? Or were they just used as cattle feed? My game crash? What? Oh my god, it lagged. You saw that, right? Okay, that's kind of funny. I didn't. What happened? Like the tick, tick, tick just kept going on and on, but it it wasn't okay. Interesting. Hmm. They were all somehow once associated with Myers. Makes sense that Myers would simply want them gone. Hi. So like to everyone who owns an a Meyer Corporation OC, what does it feel like that your kids probably did? Just putting that out there. Precisely. But many people believe that this series of disappearances is the work of just one person, a dangerous criminal who is extremely careful, so much so that they've never left a single fingerprint behind, or a clue as to what really happened to the victims. And this person is known as the most wanted criminal in the G4 district. As for how they are connected to Myers, no one is really sure. But there's one person who has seen them that is still alive. Only one person? Who is that? That person is me. Huh? Yes, the most wanted criminal in the G4 district messed up once, and I was there when it happened. I pinch my nose when I'm talking. It was a dark and windy night. No, that sounds bad. I'm sorry, Zamona. I never do you like that. Honestly, when I first played this, I thought this was a different person. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm kind of stupid. I had just gotten back to my apartment building and was about to go inside my apartment to relax. But as I was walking past an apartment on the same floor, the power went out. The hallway was enveloped in complete darkness. I couldn't see anything around me. Oh my god. Just then, I heard blood-curdling screams accompanied with what sounded like flesh being torn off the bone from the apartment next to me. It's so loud. A person rushed out of the apartment and brushed past me. They were in such a panic that I wasn't even sure if they noticed my presence. Shortly afterwards, the power came back on. That person was long gone. The hallway that had been spotless beforehand was completely different after the power was restored. The walls and floors were painted red with blood. The apartment's door, which had previously been closed, was half ajar. Holy crap, this is serious! Without thinking much, I pushed open the door of the apartment to check on my neighbor. And what I saw before me was the most horrible thing I have ever seen in my life. RIP! Literally. Haha. Sorry. The man on the floor, his body shredded to bits. The room was strewn with pieces of his body and entrails. That wasn't even the worst part. The scariest thing was, even though his head was completely detached from his body, his mouth was still opening and closing, as if he were desperately trying to catch his breath. Hey! Hey! Hang in there! I'll call an ambulance right away! I impulsively rushed to help him, even though I knew very well that it was much too late. Just then, some of the neighbors had heard the scream and rushed over, but my attempts to help the victim were misunderstood. What voice? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Murderer! She's a murderer! Grab her! Don't let her get away! Wait! Wait! I can explain! F. But it was too late for me to say anything. And then? What happened after that? After that, as embarrassing as it sounds, I became G4's most wanted criminal. Although I've managed to escape from the G4 police, it's getting so much harder finding a new apartment these days. But please believe me, I really wasn't the one who killed him. I wouldn't even hurt a fly. I know, Zamona, you're too baby. I believe you, Zamona. But then, you didn't actually get a good look at him either. You're right. The corridor was completely dark when I met him. Why did they suddenly switch to him? I guess someone would have, felt it. But still, the switch to the he pronouns. I didn't get to see what he looked like either. If that's the case, how can you be so sure that the killer is the same person who is responsible for the recent series of disappearances in G4? Honestly, I can't. But I later learned that the victim, my neighbor, was Dr. Richard Emanon, our former employee at Myers. And, as always, the police found no fingerprints from any suspects at the scene. Of course, except for mine. That's too much of a coincidence, don't you think? So my guess is, the killer was originally going to kidnap Dr. Emanon and murder him somewhere else. But for some reason, he screwed up that time. So he killed Dr. Emanon in a hurry and ran away. And what's even more interesting is, the way Dr. Emanon was murdered was very similar to how the core members were killed in the G4 cyborg incident. They were all ripped to pieces. It's quite possible this is the same person who got away with killing the core members. Then the reason you're looking for the cyborg's memory core is, yes, as I was saying, many of the victims of the recent unexplained disappearances have some connection to Myers. It's hard not to conclude that the murderer also has a very close relationship with Myers. And each of the corpses that Myers produces through cloning will have a memory core. Oh, did I say corpses? Sorry, I meant cyborgs. Each device stores certain memories, giving the cyborgs the personalities they would lack otherwise. Most of these memories are extracted from Myers' employees. I understand now. Want to find the real murderer by reading the memories in each memory core, thus proving your innocence. Sorry, I'm moving again. I'm sitting on the floor. Hurts. Exactly. Not just for my own sake, but also for the sake of the G4 district. I will keep searching until I find out the truth, even if it's Myers Corporation is behind all of this. I'm gonna lie down. Alright, that's all I have to say. Anyway, thanks again for helping me out. Go ahead and take this key card. Thanks. I took the key card to the legal department that Zamona handed to me. But are you still going to continue your investigation? You know, if you want to get out of here with me right now, that won't be impossible. Huh? But isn't the gate to the lobby closed? I know. But the truth is, I accidentally forgot about this. Zamona took a watch out from her pocket. Okay, it's funny, this is the same watch that they use in Phantom of the G4. This is the same one that she has you find. And also, like, it's the same one that she has you find. It's the exact same asset, which, salute to Dino, like, for reusing assets like that. It's efficient. Saves time. A watch? Oh, darling, this watch is more than meets the eyes. It is originally a gift from an old friend of mine, but I have made a few modifications to it. Just by wearing it, I can teleport myself anywhere. How did you forget something this important? But the downside is, it can teleport me anywhere. What do you mean? As in, I can't decide where we'll be teleported to. I was once teleported inside a men's bathhouse. Incredibly embarrassing situation. But hey, there's risks with anything, wouldn't you agree? So, are you gonna come with me? Let's get the hell out of here. I'm sorry, Zamona. I can't leave just yet. Why does this keep opening? Sorry. There's this person that, even though I can't remember how we're connected or why, he was willing to risk his life for me. And that person is currently trapped in the Myers lobby. I'm worried about him. I see. Do you want me to come with you? No, Zamona. That would be too dangerous. It's so sweet. She's offering to come with you, even though she could get out of there right now. I love Zamona too much. It's crazy. I love my wife. This is all my fault. I should never have come here. Are you gonna open again? I swear to God. I can't get another one of my friends involved. I don't want to see them get hurt. Friends! I understand. If that's the case, promise me that you will take care of yourself. I hope we can meet again someday. Maybe then you'll be able to tell me your real name. I'll see you later, miss, when you get your memories back. Be sure to tell me all the stories about your past, alright? Of course. Goodbye, Zamona. Wow, I miss her already. She's gone. I wonder where she will be teleported to this time. Well then, it's time for me to push forward as well. Next stop, the legal department. And whoosh. Investigation completed. Successfully located the cyborg's memory core. Wow. Oh, frick. Okay. Here we are. Oh no, that's Zamona's voice. Here we are, the legal department. It's hard to believe that Vincent used to work here. Huh? Wait a second. The distance, is that an elevator? Zamona had told me. The only way to get back to the Myers lobby now is to take the elevator to the basement and then return there from the other side. So it seems that this is what she was talking about. However, I've come a long way. Shouldn't I investigate this place first? But what's the point? I have now long lost the confidence I had when I was confronting Draco in the Myers lobby. I'm not sure if I want to know the truth anymore. You have to realize, losing your memories could also be a blessing. Countless people are imprisoned by their own memories. They try their best to let go, yet cling to them at the same time. But you, on the other hand, are given a second chance. Isn't that wonderful? I'll be honest, even I'm getting a bit jealous. How did you end up here? Valeria, I regret to inform you that I don't know either. The truth is, my butler was the one who heard peculiar knocking sounds on the door last night. When he went to open it, he saw you face down on the stairs, unconscious. Your seemingly commendable courage is nothing more than ignorance wrapped up in a pretty package. You have absolutely no clue what you are about to face. Do you really believe that you can face up to all the dangers that are coming your way? Do you really believe that you can accept the truth that will be revealed? What were those voices? I feel like I completely forgot. I just played it like yesterday, but I already don't know. Vincent, Victor, and Draco. How many lies are there all around me? Why is it like that? Why is everyone lying to me? Ever since I woke up in the mansion, I have been deceived again and again. Why are all of you lying to me? What am I doing? I don't have time to think about that right now. Since I am already here, might as well take a little look around first. I started to briefly read through some of the documents I've found. These documents from the legal department. I really don't understand them at all. Huh? Hold on a second. The nameplate on this table. Vincent Edgeworth, Chief Legal Officer. So then, this used to be Vincent's office table? On the table was a note and a glove. The note looked the note looked brand new, therefore seemed out of place compared to the rest of the files here. Someone could have just recently left it here. Was Zamona the one who put it here? It's Victor! Look at that butt-shaped note. Picked up the note from the desk. I'll read it in Vanora's voice. Dear my lovely Valeria, how are you doing? Haha. See who writes haha, Victor. Haha, I'm just joking. Of course I know you're not doing well, because you lost all your memories. So, do you want to get all your memories back? I know you do. In that case, I have left you a small gift. I'm sure it'll help a lot in getting back what you want. An old friend who wishes to remain anonymous. Victor! An old friend, though. So maybe you did know Victor also. If you know Vincent, you probably knew Victor. Oh, whoops. A gift from me? It must be referring to the glove next to it. For some reason, I was blasted with a wave of anxiety. Put on the glove. Scary! It's the potg4 glove. So maybe what did what before happen? Maybe in an alternate timeline. Should I put on the glove? Yes. I need to take a picture. Wait, no, never mind. The glove fits my hand perfectly. That's such a nicely drawn hand. I'm gonna hold it. We caresses her fingers. I love Vanara so much. Wife. Huh? Oh, this scene. Oh, this scene. Oh, Lord, this scene. Do you remember who you are? Oh my god. Do you still remember your purpose? What voice did I give Monsieur M? You all miss you so much. Well, notice how there's a text thing? How it's a text? Look, it's a text thing instead of the regular triangle. I think that's interesting. I guess it like solidifies the computer vibe, or like the, yeah, you know. So this is a TV screen. See, 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 it changed. Look, look, look. It's a triangle now. Oh, hey, hello. Welcome to Myers Corporation. How's it feel to be alive? Pretty good, huh? What voice is this? I know you're still a little confused right now, but that's okay. I assure you that you will soon get used to it. Oh, you're asking what your mission is. My dear, patience. We'll get to that. Where should I start? Oh, you know, I have this old friend who's a little mad at me. A little mad that he wants to murder me and destroy my company. So he has made a weapon. A very deadly weapon. We don't know what that weapon is. But little Birdie told me it had something to do with other people's memories. Ah, pretty frightening, right? What does... Okay, let's say Draco's the weapon. What does he have to do with memories? Maybe like him and Vonora are like opposites. Vonora can absorb memories. Well, Vanora can absorb memories and Draco can take them. I don't know. I think that would be really cool. I really like opposite kind of dynamic kind of thing. So, here's what I need you to do. I love how his smile just disappears. Oh, my apologies. I hope this is about my delivery. Hello? Oh, already? That's awesome. But unfortunately, I'm not at home right now, my friend. Yes, just leave the package at the door. Yes, the entire uniform. Okay, I have a theory. What if Dino is just a disguise for Monsieur M and he's like pushing you inside of Myers? He's the one who told you about the secret employee passageway. And like the janitor, it could be a janitor uniform. It's a disguise. See? You know. No, I'm just thinking about uh like Dino, right? Dino, like what if like Dagon Isaac Noel something, that's actually Monsieur M's name. Like his first name is like Dino, like the abbreviation Dino, but then his last name is like Myers. So like he presents like Monsieur M presents himself as Mr. Myers, Dino presents as Dino. Like you know, like that's he's not technically lying. All right, that's great. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Where was I again? Here comes the lip smacking. That's right. I need you to locate his weapon and then destroy it. And while you're at it, try to figure out what kind of experiment this guy is up to. And your code name will be... Huh? A sudden, tremendous shudder from the legal department snapped me back to reality. What just happened? Huh? Suddenly, a man flew through the wall connecting the laboratory to the legal department, as if he was thrown by something with full force. He was slammed into the wall at the other side of the department and then fell to the floor. Is that Draco? But because of the massive impact, Draco had lost his consciousness. Draco, baby! I'm surprised there's no live or die in this chapter. What followed was an inhuman roar from the lab. I could hear the monsters approaching footsteps. Draco! Draco! I shook Draco violently, but he didn't respond. Draco, wake up! Damn it, what should I do? The basement, quick! I dashed to the elevator and punched the button. Hurry, please be quick! Gasp. I hurried and dragged Draco into the elevator, then pressed the button to close the door. No! Wait. A sound of crying. I could still feel my heart pounding. I like how the mental image of her just, he's like on the floor, then she's just like dragging him by the arm. Like, hurry, oh my god, why are you so heavy? It's like you're made of metal. That monster doesn't seem to be pursuing us anymore. Yeah, I think we're safe for now. What exactly was that thing? Valeria. Draco? I'm sorry, Valeria. I couldn't stop him. Slowly, Draco stood up. He sounded very weak. Draco, are you okay? Stupid. No need to worry about me. It's just a few scratches. Stupider. Stop acting like a hero at a time like this. Oh, someone. Draco froze in the face of my emotional outburst. At that moment, we were both just looking at each other, stuck in silence. Look at him, he has a little boo-boo. I'm gonna kiss it better. You didn't hear me say that. Draco, are you serious? Stop it with the act! You have been saying strange, incomprehensible bullcrap ever since we met in the lobby. You're badly hurt, yet you're making light of it. You're really starting to piss me off. I don't give a damn about how cool you are. And at this point, I really don't care about how many lies you've told me. But I do know that. What I'm worried about now is you. I'm trying not to shout, because people might hear me. You reminded me of that time. What was that time? What happened to you before that got Vanora so worked up? I'm dying to know. I'm Draco's face broke and began to show a deep sorrow, sadness that I would never expect to see from him. That time? Valeria, I'm sorry. If only I had told you the truth earlier. Maybe things won't be the way they are. Draco, there are times when I ask myself, can we go back in time? But for you, our past is long gone. He's so in love with her, Your Honor. I just want them to have a happy ending. We can go back. We will. That's what we're here for, isn't it? To search for our past, the past we shared. This parallels the thing he said. Even if I've completely forgotten you, I'd like to get to know you again. So when we escape from here, please tell me everything about our past. Oh. You'll just hear me cry. As you wish, Lady Valeria. But there's a more urgent issue at hand. Where's he right now? What happened there? What the hell is that thing? Why did it stop there? Does that mean they're actually wearing a vest? Ooh, I like that. He's not a thing. He's someone you already know. The truth is... Vanora! Well, I'm crying. He slipped up. I'm trying not to cry. Oh my god. He slipped up. He knew your name. Ha! Oh, I just realized. What if the reason he kills you on the quiz? Because, like, what if you don't know enough? That means he's not the Vonora you know. He's not the Vonora he fell in love with. Oh, here we go. Victorious Chaser. I think. My precious Chaser. Tell me, is there someone you love? A loved one? My dear Monsieur M. Why would you ask such a question? Let's assume one day a disaster were to happen to your loved one. Say they lose their body, but their memories are still intact. Would you still love them like that? Of course he would, because he does. Looks at Vincent. Of course I would. No matter what body they change into, they're still them. What a heartwarming answer. Well, let's change the scenario, shall we? Let's say, what if the person you love is physically intact, but has lost all their memories? Would you still love such a person? Of course I would. Even if they lose all their memories, I would still love them. What voice am I giving the chaser? It's supposedly Victor, but I made Monsieur M and Victor's voice the same. Even if they completely forgot about your existence? Even if all the memories you two shared are gone? That would make me miserable, but I would still love them. What an amusing answer. Humans always have been able to entertain me. This is implying that Monsieur M is not human? Well then, since you don't mind them losing their body, and you don't mind them losing their memory, what exactly do you love about them? Wait, let me just take a screenshot. What you love is merely a self-fulfilling illusion. What you love is a person from your past that no longer exists. The brutal truth is, the moment one loses their memory, they will no longer be themselves, and they will never be able to go back. Unless Vanora recovers her memories, which she's doing right now. Investigation completed. Successfully retrieved the glove. Why is it in red? How long is this recording? I don't know. I feel like it's been so long. Wee woo. Is this Claude, right? Are you the new detective? Good to see you here. Just call me Vanora. Where's the crime scene? I heard the victim was a former employee of Myers. Yes, room 309. Come with me. Jam and music. Move along, people. Nothing to see here. And stop interfering with the work of police officers. Right, here we are. Hmm. I'll leave the rest. Whoa! I'll leave the rest to you, Vanora. Objective: survey the crime scene. Is there anything I can assist with, Detective Vanora? According to our conversations with the residents of this building, there was a short power outage in the building around when the crime was occurring. However, after our investigation, it seems that the building's blackout was not the murderer's work. Sorry, I need to increase my brightness. It was a mere coincidence. So the victim was killed at the same time of the power outage. Correct. A brief blackout of the building. The name of the victim is Dr. Richard Emanon, former researcher at Myers Corporation. According to our investigation, although the victim holds a PhD, his position at Myers was rather unremarkable. We don't know much about his current occupation, but judging by the apartment, it's not hard to deduce that the pay wasn't getting any better. A resident on the same floor claimed to have last seen him in the hallway outside his apartment last night. Let me reposition my laptop again. Sorry, I'm like super uncomfortable where I'm sitting right now. Allegedly, Dr. Emanon was on the phone at the time and seemed to be talking about some sort of deal. Deal? Collected evidence, Dr. Emanon's deal. Bloodstained chair, nothing special about it. A trophy. It's stained with blood. Looks like it was used as a weapon of some kind. Did we find fingerprints from any suspects on the trophy? No. We only managed to collect Dr. Emanon's. Collected evidence, bloodstained trophy. The body has already been cleared. The G4 Investigation Bureau sure is efficient. That's correct. As the victim had been dismembered, we were unable to outline the exact location of the body on the floor. However, the autopsy report from the Investigation Bureau has been released. The cause of death was due to rapid dismemberment of the body in a short amount of time. So you're saying the murderer dismembered the victim while he was still alive? Yes, it was a very gruesome death. But according to the autopsy report, the victim's head did show signs of being struck by an object, but it was not fatal. In addition, the body displayed signs of a struggle before death, so it's unlikely that he was unconscious for the ordeal. Struck by an object. Is it the trophy on the floor? Correct. The shape of the wound does correspond to the pointed corner of the trophy. Besides that, there's something else that's strange. Some of the dismembered body parts of the deceased have disappeared. Disappeared. Yes, we couldn't fully reconstruct the victim's body with the pieces left in the room. We searched the entire apartment building, but we couldn't find any of the missing body parts. We did take into consideration that the perpetrator could be non-human, but the report has made it clear that the dismemberment is not a result of a beast attack. Collected evidence, disappearing body parts. I opened the curtain. It's the only window in this apartment. The lock appears to not be tampered with, so it's unlikely that the murderer entered the room through here. Was the curtain here closed before? Yes, of course. We haven't moved the thing. Closed curtains. Door into the apartment. The residents of the apartment building claim that the murderer eluded them and escaped through here. The suspect's name is Zalmona, a resident on this floor. Something worth mentioning is the fact that she is a mutant. A mutant? Is she from G3? We're unsure at the moment. Countless tourists visit G3 district every year to receive modifications. We can't draw any conclusions yet. We thoroughly searched her apartment, but strangely enough, we couldn't find any form of identification. Oh, I read it right. For now, it seems that the murderer has escaped. What about the bloodstains in the hallway outside the apartment? Before we arrived, Dr. Eminon's screams attracted a lot of curious residents. These guys trampled over the entire apartment building, and now there's blood everywhere outside the apartment. Even if there were any useful crimes and even if there were any useful clues in the hallway, they probably trampled them into oblivion by now. The suspect. Okay, we're done. Investigation completed. I believe that I've gathered enough information to postulate at what may have happened. It's clear that this murder was premeditated. The perpetrator was planning to kill Dr. Eminon from the very beginning. And since the window lacked any signs of forced entry, it's most probable that the culprit entered the apartment directly through the door. That means the murderer was invited into the apartment by Dr. Eminon itself. In other words, our murderer was most likely whoever Dr. Eminon was making his deal with. Why was Vincent making deals with people? I like how we just jumped to the conclusion, yeah, it's Vincent. Nonetheless, in the midst of this, a small mishap occurred. The killer intended to kill Dr. Eminon directly by hitting him on the head with a trophy. But a sudden power failure in the apartment made him miss, and he failed to kill Dr. Eminon with a single blow. Which is understandable. No one could anticipate a freak blackout. However, if the killer is indeed the same person that's behind the other recent G4 disappearances, then their negligence cannot be attributed to just that. The other victims who went missing disappeared without a trace, as if they had just vanished into thin air. But this time, the murderer messed up the whole apartment and attracted the attention of other residents. If it's really the same perpetrator, there has to be something else that also contributed to such a major mistake. In fact, the murderer could very well The murderer might have an extreme fear of the dark. The curtains in the apartment were drawn close at the time, and it would have taken a while for human eyes to adjust to the sudden darkness. So at the moment of the blackout, Dr. Eminent's apartment was most likely pitch black. Our cold-blooded assassin, who usually manages to keep so calm and careful, completely lost control in this apartment. It's quite possible that the killer has an extreme fear of sudden darkness due to some sort of previous trauma. Oh, maybe what happened was that we can assume it's Vincent, right? Can we just agree on that? So Vincent was supposed to kill Dr. Emlanon with the thing, take his body, and then, I don't know, use it to, I don't know, feed himself. And then, but since, I don't know, he got reminded of his time in the basement as an experiment, and maybe he accidentally ended up killing Dr. Emlanon the same way the core members were, because, like, he associates the sudden darkness with the basement, and he associates the basement with the things that he did, the core members. So it's kind of like an impulse kind of thing, which I feel really bad for. Vincent deserves better. Sudden darkness. I see. I think I understand now. In addition, the manner of Dr. Eminon's death is a major mystery. The killer dismembered him alive after failing to kill him with a single blow. The way they dismembered him reminds me of how all the core members of the Myers Corporation were killed. As far as I know, all of the core members of Myers were also killed in a similarly brutal way. Add that to the recent disappearances in the G4 area, leaving many citizens paranoid. I guess many people would think that the killer is the same person who killed all the core members. However, I believe that the real reason why the killer tore Dr. Eminon into pieces was... Oh wait, no, he wanted to get the body parts. But maybe he just did it in a hurry, because like, oh my god, and then he just ripped them apart. It's like, oops, I wasn't supposed to do that, so he just took some and then left. Some of Dr. Eminon's body parts have gone missing. I don't remember that happening to any of the core members. The real reason why the killer dismembered Dr. Eminon in a panic was to obtain his body parts. In the G4 cyborg incident, Myers Corporation is found to be using the human flesh of ordinary citizens, whoopsies, I accidentally skipped, as feed for the cyborgs. But since Dr. Eminon's body did not have any signs of a beast attack, the killer was most likely trying to obtain Dr. Eminon's body parts to use as feed for cyborgs at a later time. But if they were working for Myers, wouldn't it be more likely that they wanted to make a cyborg out of Dr. Eminon? Why would they choose to turn him into cyborg feed instead? Detective Vonora? Huh? Yes? Oops, whoops. Have you reached any conclusions to who the killer is? Put out a warrant for the arrest of Zalmona. She is undoubtedly the perpetrator we have been trying to search for all along. As you wish, Detective Vonora. Oh my god. How long is this recording? How long have I been at this? The warrant has been issued. But Detective Vonora, would you mind coming outside with me for a moment? There are some important matters I'd like to discuss with you. I followed him to the streets outside the apartment. It was getting quite late. The temperature had dropped quite dramatically. But he was just walking in front of me silently, as if the cold weather did not bother him. That cold never bothered me anyway. After a while, he finally stopped in an alley where no one was nearby. What was it that you wanted to discuss? I decided to speak first. Well then, let's hear it. Who's the actual killer? Excuse me? You're called the Inspector. You don't even realize who I am this whole time. The man in front of me slowly took off his police hat, and what followed was a sight I couldn't have expected. You! Hello! He suddenly grabbed the corner of his cheek and tore the skin off his head. What revealed beneath it was his blue skin and white hair. It's you. But him revealing his true form only made me more vigilant. Huh, Inspector, it appears the fact that you still see me as a threat. Believe it or not, I don't have time to play Mr. Triple Agent for that stupid organization from G3. What are you doing here? What else can I be doing here? Our boss gave me clear instructions to make sure you succeeded in your mission. But it seems that you have everything under control. However, you know very well who the actual killer is, don't you? Just what the hell happened back there? Thought he was good at this. Why do you screw things up this badly? Why don't you just go ask him yourself? You're as tough as ever. Suit yourself then. I don't really give a damn about that guy's past. But do we really have to pin it on that woman from the same floor? Each sacrifice is for the future of the company. Each one is necessary. Tch, our boss is really getting to you, isn't he? Company this, company that. That's all he ever talks about. All of us are merely little pawns in his hands. What did you say? No offense, but this is nothing but a job to me. I'm not trying to debate the ethics of what we do, nor am I interested in his great vision. And why don't you use your brain for once and think about what you truly want instead of being a slave to his company all day? Yes, we stand, Claude. Cloud? How am I supposed to pronounce that? What I truly want? Finding the love of your life, forming a family, that sort of thing. Why did I give him a name? Why did I give him that? Don't end up like me, an old guy who still doesn't have a single clue what he should be doing in his life. Hmm. It's been an exhausting day, and I'll see you later. He was about to turn to leave, but he suddenly stopped again. He once again turned his head at me. Huh? Vonora, did you come up with that name yourself? Yes. Hmm. The ever so gloomy look on his face unusually perked up out of nowhere. I didn't think you'd be so good at naming yourself. That's a really nice name. Why don't you keep it for yourself? With that, he put on his police hat again. See you later, Venora. Make sure you report to that guy on time. He's kind of anal about it. That. Whoops. With that, he disappeared across the street and once again became part of the crowd. Finding the love of my life. Starting my own family. Is that still possible for someone like me? She wants it. She better get it. What am I thinking? No matter what, my mission here is accomplished. As long as the G4 Investigation Bureau can't figure out who the true killer is, everything will still be under our control. It's time for me to move on to my next destination and complete my next mission. G4 Suburbs, the mansion of Myers' former lawyer and trader, Vincent Edgeworth. That was so cool. I love that. But also, this can't be how you got here. Because how would you have met Draco? Yeah, I don't know. Vincent Edgeworth! That name, I remember now! That man is far more frightening than Myers. I've been set up! I have to get out of here! Is that my name I'm hearing, Valeria? Or should I call you Venora? Wow, that's so cool. She's so pretty. I love her so much. I love her half jacket. Wow, that was so cool. Wow, okay, thanks for listening to me ramble. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love doing chapter 3. So many voices. My throat is dying. I need water. Goodbye. I hope you had fun watching me suffer.